welcome back to the channel. Today I have a wonderful pick a card for you on what is going on in your life. Back to the channel. Welcome back. I am so grateful to have you here. I appreciate each and every single one of you. If you are new to the channel, welcome to Eileen Into Spirit. My name is Eileen Rouse. I am a psychic intuitive, a spiritual coach, and a sound healing practitioner. I want to remind everyone that this is going to be a general reading, so that means that it is not going to resonate with every single person out in the collective. So I ask that you take with you what resonates and leave the rest behind. So let's go ahead and get started on this beautiful, amazing pick a card. So Spirit Fam, as you can see right in front of you, there are 4 piles that you get to choose from. Pile 1 is going to be representative of the Amber Crystal Spirit card. Pile 2 is going to be representative with Bronzite. Pile 3 is going to be Petalite. And Pile 4 is going to be this beautiful pyramid Tiger's Eye. So once again, I would like for you to center yourself, really allow yourself to be a little bit connected. Which pile is speaking to you? Which pile, which crystal is calling out to you? Once again, we have Pile 1 with Amber, Pile 2 with Bronzite, Pile 3 with Petalite, and Pile 4 is going to be Tiger Eye. So without further ado, Spirit Fam, let's go ahead and dive right into your pick a card. Hi, Pile 1. Welcome to your pick a card on what is going on in your life. So you chose this beautiful Amber card. Now I want to talk a little bit about this Amber card because Amber truly represents healing family patterns. It's about releasing karma and preserving the wisdom that you gain based off of lessons that you have learned from the past. I feel that this is important and it speaks a lot because the Amber card here is a 3. And 3s are all about balancing the mind, the body, and the spirit. And I feel that this is important because whenever healing is involved, healing is about balancing both the mind, the body, and the spirit. And healing is representative in regards to lessons that we experience based off of, relationships that we've had in the past, certain karmas that have sort of been passed on from generation to generation. And it's interesting because I feel that this Amber card is really speaking to you, Pile 1, from the perspective that, I feel that it's important that you look at every experience as an opportunity to grow, to become more aware of any patterns, any behaviors that truly need to be addressed, released, and potentially a way for you to sort of change the narrative of what is currently going on in regards to that lesson or that experience. So this is beautiful. It's a beautiful place to start. I'm not going to lie. It's a very great place to start. So let's go ahead and dive right into, I'm trying to figure out how I want this reading to go. Like normally, I'm feeling drawn to start off with the tarot cards. I don't know why. I normally don't do that, but today I'm really feeling that. Okay, so Pile 1. we have the Eight of Pentacles with the Eight of Wands. Okay, right off the bat, you're already starting with two eights. And eights are all about manifestation, about prosperity and abundance. And what's interesting here, pile one, is that you have the Eight of Pentacles, which is really becoming the master of oneself and your skills. And the Eight of Wands is about all of this intense energy just sort of coming to you. So here's what I'm going to say. Because the Amber card truly represents healing old trauma, old family wounds that have been passed on from generation to generation, your experiences that you are currently going through right now is really about you becoming the master of that thing. And I feel that you're the one person in your family here, pile one, that is very keen. You're attuned to that. You understand the dynamics of how that works and how you're supposed to really sort of balance the scales when it comes to, you know, cutting cords and cutting the ties of old lessons so that they don't get passed on any further. So I really feel that you're sort of the master here, and you're also the communicator. You are the one that is the most connected to your highest self, to that spiritual aspect that truly understands the lessons of what's going on in your life. And I feel that all of that information is flooding to you very rapidly. I wouldn't be surprised if once this is done, like once this cycle is complete here, I do feel that you're going to get this great idea or this inspiration that is truly going to catapult you towards that next level of ascension or that next level of awakening. And I love this because the Six of Cups truly here is really magnifying for you, pile one, that this truly is about family. This truly is about past lessons that were passed on generation to generation. You know, it could be that maybe your mother or your grandmother or their grandparents or, you know, further down the line had the same lessons that you were currently experiencing, but wasn't really at a keen awareness or connected to their own divinity enough to truly understand the meaning, the purpose, or the lesson behind the experience. But you are adept with that information and that knowledge. You have that insight and you're very aware of it. And I feel that you came into this life to basically clear it out, to look at it from a loving perspective, and to truly break those patterns, right? Those behaviors, because you recognize that things from the past it's really about looking at it through the eyes of love and being open and compassionate about it. So I absolutely love this. So next we have the Five of Cups here with the King of Swords. Okay, this is important, pile one, because the Five of Cups is really about crying over spilled milk. And I feel that in the past, there have been many people within your family, within your lineage, that have truly been stuck at this point, right? They've been stuck in the past. They've been stuck in not really cutting out what they've needed to cut out and sort of walk away from those things to recognize that there is more available and accessible to them if they were just to let it go, allow it to be what it is and move forward. And I feel that you are the one person in your lineage here, pile one, that is becoming so aware of all of those things that you're starting to sort of watch it all sort of go down this pattern, okay? It's almost like you're recognizing the pattern, you're watching it unfold in many ways, and you're recognizing it in other individuals within your lineage, and you're telling yourself, I see, right? Because the King of Swords is really about the one who initiates action. And I feel that you're the one that is really going to initiate the action here and sort of cut all of the barriers, cut all of the ties, all of the cords that need to be cut in your lineage so that those that come after you, you know, your legacy, your children and your children's children won't be needing to learn the same lessons, right? They'll already have those under their belt because it'll be a deep sense of knowing. Okay, so next we have gathering around the power of community. Yes, absolutely love this. So again, I feel that this is really important because this gathering around is a 26, which is an 8. So 8, again, it's all about manifestation, prosperity, abundance. I think that whatever's going on in your life right now, you're needing to look at it from the perspective of how have my thoughts and my actions caused what I am experiencing today? So your thoughts and your actions and how you feel about certain things from your past truly manifested themselves in your present moment, right? And so understand that when this comes to, ancestral trauma, right? Ancestral wounds that need to get healed, it's really about coming together, seeing it as a whole, right? Seeing the bigger picture when it comes to this and recognizing that when you all come together, you all share your stories, you all share your insights, you're able to then see the bigger picture and then come to a consensus and a realization that, you know what, there's a better way. Why didn't we just do this instead of reacting this way? Or, clearly this type of action didn't really work. So now it's time for us to try something else. And I feel that this is you being the leader of the pack here, you being the one with the insight and the wisdom that is connected to divine source that truly can direct everyone else, can truly, you're up here. It's not so much that you're on a pedestal here, Pile One, but you're at the top and you're really sort of based off of your experience, you're teaching. You're teaching others based off of your actions. Okay. Next we have Galactic Mushroom, the Divine Matrix. Okay, yes, love this. So this is exactly what I've been saying. So this is really about balancing and harmonizing all of the relationships, all of the familial bonds that are in your family, in your lineage. And I feel that this is about you being truly connected to the divine matrix. You're the one that is going to break all of the ties, the cords, everything that has been needing to get cut or looked at in a different way. It's almost like you're the surgeon here, the one that is dissecting everything so that individuals can fully, move forward with their life and not feel like they're being tied down or held down by old patterns and old beliefs. And because you have so many 8s on here and it's truly about manifesting, I think it's going to be very important for you to really embody the King of Swords here, who takes charge and really pushes forward and sees the big picture and realizes that, you know what, there clearly is a pattern here and I need to dissect this pattern and change it for the better. Okay. Next, we have generosity. So we have the goddess Oshun with generosity here. And this is all about just looking at things from a very loving, nurturing perspective. I think that when we go through a lot of experiences that have to do with our lineage or our ancestral trauma, it's really hard for us to see the silver lining. It's really hard for us to be generous and to be kind and to be open. But I feel that in order for you to truly break these cords that are sort of binding your lineage and your ancestors, it's really about you coming from a place of generosity. What you are doing is for the greater good. It is for the greater good of all. It isn't just about you and your experience. You're doing something out of the kindness of your own heart because you know it's for the greater good. Okay. All right, so as we move forward here, we have, what do you need to release? Okay, so this is important because understand that what's currently going on in your life, no matter how challenging or how chaotic it might seem for you here, pile one, you're needing to really examine it from the place of, what do I need to release? What is it that I truly need to let go of? Now, here's something very interesting. A couple weeks ago, I released a pick a card not too long ago that was, what do I need to let go of? And if I'm not mistaken, I feel that you, pile one, if you chose this card and you did not look at that pick a card, you need to go back to my channel and you need to look at, you need to choose whatever pile in what you need to let go of, because there's a message in there for you. Because this is truly about you needing to release something, because you're truly becoming the master of thyself. You're becoming the master of your own growth and your own ascension. And in order for us to do that, we have to be willing to let go and release things that no longer suit us, no longer fit us, no longer have purpose or meaning in our life. Okay. And when we do this, we have to be open to change, right? Because I feel that once you release whatever it is that you're holding on to, I honestly feel that new beginnings will be on the rise. I feel like whatever's been hidden from you will now sort of come to the surface, will be revealed to you. And in that moment, you need to expect powerful change. So much change that it will feel like you're in a brand new cycle, a brand new life. And again, I do feel this is about your whole life taking a completely different turn, a new shift here, pile one, that ultimately you might not have experienced had you not been going through this new cycle, this new way of being here. So I think this is really interesting because when you have a release, this is very interesting. So when you release something, you're basically making space for something new, right? And that new is change, right? Because when you are breaking ties and old patterns and old, cutting cords in old ways of doing things, when generation after generation after generation did the same thing over and over and clearly got the same result, but never experienced what they were ultimately wanting to experience, then this is where you break that cycle. And by breaking that cycle, that means that your future generations will now experience the new cycle, the cycle of powerful change, a powerful shift, like a paradigm shift. Okay. Now, your next cards here I got are the Weaver and the Outlaw. Okay. This is very interesting because I feel you're the one person that truly stands out here. You're the one person that stands out in your family. You're very different. You don't follow the rules. You sort of make your own rules as you go along. And I feel that's the reason why you've been given this task, why you've been put in the position that you're in to truly make these changes. Because if anyone is going to do it, it's going to be you. That is truly the message here. Now, I feel that with the Weaver here, the Weaver is ultimately talking about you becoming the master of your own destiny. You are weaving your destiny as you go through your experience. Now, I'm going to read you a little insert from the book, and this is from the Threads of Fate. This is the Lumen edition. I'm going to read you a little bit of what it says in the book because I feel that it's vital and it's important for you here, pile one. But it says, the Weaver is the master of their destiny. The deck is named the Threads of Fate because each one of us has thousands of threads that when combined weave the fabric of our life. We can braid, nurture, or sever any strand at any time. And in doing so, we are the weaver. This card urges you to take inventory of all of the threads active within your life at the moment. What needs to happen moving forward? Which one needs to grow stronger? Which one needs to be cut? What actions can you take to tend the threads of your fate? Now, this is very interesting, and I love that this card actually came up for you, because this is exactly what I've been talking about. Exactly what I've been talking about here. Breaking the cords, the bonds within your ancestral lineage that need to be cut and severed, so that powerful shifting, dynamic paradigm shifts can occur within your lineage. And you're the only one that's going to be able to do that. You're really the only one that is going to be able to do that in a way that that the people that come after you will be able to truly experience that. Now, the outlaw here, it's really about the importance of going against the grain. No one else in your lineage has done this. You're now at this point where this is you. You're going against the grain. Now, it can be scary, and I feel that this is the reason why you're often considered the rebel in the family, because you don't follow the rules. You don't really do what everyone else does, and that's why this task was given to you here, Pile One. So understand that the outlaw is really about breaking free of limiting inherited patterns and beliefs. This is the reason why you came into this family. This is the reason why you chose this lifetime, these lessons, this family, because you're the one that is going to release your lineage from whatever is holding it back. And this is important. I feel like if you feel that you have no significance or no importance in your family, this is where you are wrong, because you are the only one that can do this. So next we have inspiration. Okay, so I feel that you are the inspiration in your family here, Pile One. You're the one that lights the way, and you are the one that is going to light the path for future generations to come. It might not seem like that right now. It might seem like you're just so overwhelmed with everything that is transpiring and that is currently going on in your life. But you, my friend, you, Pile One, all of you that have chosen this pile, you are the light bearers of your family, of your life. And you are the ones that are setting the pace for future generations. You're the light that people within your family have needed for generations. And now you're here to do that duty, because it is your gift. It is who you are. Next, we have the Oracle's gift with shower of blessings. Okay, this is what I love, because you being the light bearer, the one individual in your lineage here, Pile One, that was sent here to be that source of light, to be connected to your intuition, to divine source, to have that deep sense and that deep knowing that you are meant to showcase that out to the world. By you doing this, you basically shower future generations with so many blessings. It literally says here, shower of blessings, open yourself to receive and pay it forward, right? So by you going through what you go through in this lifetime and you seeing the bigger picture, breaking old cycles, old patterns, old beliefs, cutting cords, doing your own in-depth healing, you basically pave the way of blessings for future generations. And you become that pillar of light that ultimately future generations will look to, will say, This is your great aunt or your great uncle or your great grandmama, or, you know, wherever it falls in those future generations. They're going to say, you were the trendsetter. You were the one that broke the cycle. You were the one that didn't follow the rules. You were the one that paved the way for future blessings of generational wealth to come. So pile one, this is your message. This is what is currently going on in your life. And I want you to find some peace with this. Understand that you are meant to be that one individual in your family that, and I just looked at the clock and it's 11:11. So you're the one. You are the one to create new cycles, new experiences for future generations. And you're the one that is going to change future generations to come. So pile one, this is your message. I want to thank you so much for joining me today. And I look forward to seeing you next time with your new message. Bye, guys. Hi, PileTwo. Welcome to your beautiful pick a card on what is going on in your life. You are drawn to this beautiful bronzite. So the essential meaning of bronzite is all about trust. It's about loyalty. It's about self-respect. And it's truly about trusting that the conscious universe has your back. So I really feel that what's currently going on in your life is you are being tested. I really feel that you are being tested in your everyday experiences because Spirit is really wanting you to really ask yourself, do you trust us? Do you trust that what you are experiencing is going to create a better solid foundation for you? Maybe it's really about you needing to learn a little bit more self-respect for yourself and understanding that you have to be loyal and committed to yourself in your everyday experiences in order to find a steady, stable foundation. It's interesting because the bronzite is a 13, which reduces to a 4, and 4 is all about foundations. It's all about finding that steadfastness in our everyday life and making sure that all of the energy and effort that we're putting into things is really creating a solid foundation for us. It makes us feel safe and it makes us feel secure. And bronzite is really about you needing to trust in the universe and remain true to your authenticity, because the more that you are true and loyal to yourself, the more of that sense of safety and security you are going to find. It's truly about the foundation of you, okay? And I absolutely love this for you. So let's dig a little bit deeper here, PileTwo, because I do feel that your message is going to be so insightful. So we are starting out with the Magician and the Two of Pentacles. So right away already, since we know that bronzite is all about trust, it's about loyalty, and it's about trusting in the universe, I feel that what's currently going on in your life here, PileTwo, is really about you needing to understand the dynamics of you being the creator and balancing all energies in your life. It's about understanding that your emotions have energy, your thoughts have energy, and all of those things, that since everything has energy, energy creates motion. And everything that sort of moves into your life, that flows into your life, is really about you needing to find the balance, to figure out, is this good for me? Should I do more of this? Do I enjoy this? Is this something that I ultimately love? But I feel that you might be an individual here, PileTwo, who looks at everything that sort of flows into your life as good and bad. You ultimately weigh it as it's non-beneficial and it's beneficial. But when you can look at everything as everything has purpose, everything has meaning, there is a reason as to why this is transpiring, then that is when you embody the magician, because then you become the master of your own destiny. You become the creator, and you recognize that you ultimately created whatever is sort of coming into your life. Whatever's flowing in and out is being created by your thoughts, your emotions, your actions. And it's really about you learning to work with the flow of all of those things. And as you work with those flows, you then begin to sort of have this balance where you move and you dance along with the energies that are within you and around you, okay? And I feel this is about you learning to trust yourself, trust your instincts, trust your gut, and trust the universe. I feel a lot of times when people try to manifest things, they ultimately feel like the universe hates them or doesn't listen to them because they end up getting things that they don't want. But they're not aware, they're not consciously aware that you created those things. Your thoughts, your actions, your emotions, everything is energy, and you're a magnet, and you basically attract all of those things to you. There is no such thing as good things and bad things, because energy is energy. It just responds to what energy is the greatest pull. Okay? So, next we have the Nine of Cups. Now, this is beautiful and very interesting, because if you embody the magician here, if you recognize that you are the creator of your own destiny, that you are creating all of the energy that is flowing towards you and within you, and you learn to balance those energies, you then get to see them as opportunities, right? You're no longer looking at them as junk. You're no longer looking at them from a perspective of, well, that's not beneficial to me. You then see the multiple opportunities, and then you can see the benefits and the reasons behind why each of those things can be a wish fulfillment, can be something that you ultimately desired, something that you can ultimately make something out of, right? The Nine of Cups is about this state of bliss and happiness that we ultimately experience when we understand the flow of energy, when we understand how everything sort of ruminates and sort of attracts itself to us. And so I feel that you learning to trust in yourself, to trust in your gut instincts, to trust in the universe is going to help you see everything as a wish fulfillment. Because what we don't understand here, PileTwo, is that everything that sort of makes its way to us is never a mistake. Everything happens in your life for a reason and a purpose. It is there. It is there to guide you. It is there to help you grow, to expand your awareness, your consciousness, to experience something else that is a stepping stone to lead you towards the next step, right? So everything is a wish fulfillment, and it's really about you attaining that great sense of joy and bliss and happiness in everything that you experience. Next, we have the Five of Wands in reverse, which is a lot of conflict, right? Internal conflict. I'm really looking at this as you're going through this internal conflict with all of the energy that not only is within you, but outside of you. And I feel that those two energies are colliding. Those two energies are not finding balance at all. And I feel that's because you haven't embodied the magician here. You haven't really learned the flow of the energy. And this is the reason why it's so hard for you to see everything as an opportunity towards happiness. because maybe it doesn't fit into the box that you want it to fit in. Maybe it doesn't really, provide you with a sense of joy that you ultimately wanted. But again, I have to ask you here with the emperor is about being the authority in your life. It's about taking charge and taking action, and about making plans towards being strategic in your efforts. The emperor is the ruler of his own kingdom. He sets the rules. And so I have to ask you, are your rules fair? Are they balanced? Because if they're not, if you're trying to overrule the universe, you're never going to win. You have to learn to trust and to partner with the universe. You have to learn that the two of you working together makes something bigger and better. It isn't about you winning and taking charge completely. It's about learning to put all of those energies together and meld them into one, so that you understand the energy flows better. Okay, so let's see. So we have straddling worlds, wandering between realms. Yes, I really firmly believe here, PileTwo, that currently what you're going through in life is this sense of being in two different worlds, wanting the experience of one world, but experiencing it completely differently, right? Like, I feel like you're trying to manifest this state of bliss and ultimate happiness that you want to experience in maybe your relationships, or maybe in your finances, or maybe in your everyday life. And what you're currently experiencing is the opposite of what you're desiring. And that is because you are not aware that you are the creator, that you are creating your own experiences. The best way for me to explain this to you, PileTwo, is that the energy, all of this inner conflict that you have inside of you, right? Like, this could be beliefs. This could be, generational beliefs that have been passed down from generation to generation, right? It could be that there are certain beliefs that you have that do not align with what you are desiring. And a good example of this, PileTwo, is, let's say that you want to become a millionaire. But you have this belief in the back of your mind that says, yeah, right, that ain't going to happen. If you don't believe, if your belief system doesn't match what you are trying to manifest, it's going to be nearly impossible for you to experience that on the outside. So here's a good example. And I'm going to take my own personal experience to kind of help you with this, PileTwo. So a lot of us say that we want to live in the lap of luxury, but we don't treat ourselves to luxuries, because we have this belief that if I can't see it, then it's not there, right? So if you're not treating yourself to luxuries, then how can you experience what living in the lap of luxury truly is? In order to have that which you desire, you have to believe it wholeheartedly. You have to emotionally be vibrationally attached to it. And your thoughts have to be in alignment with that. And so I feel that you're straddling these two different worlds, where your desires are in one world, but your experiences are in another. And you're having a very hard time trying to decide where you want to be. And it's really hard for you to be in the world of your desires because of what you are experiencing. So this is where you ultimately have a choice. You have a choice to make. And whatever choice you make is the choice that you decide. But you can't be mad at the universe because you're not in the world of where your desires are. It's all based on your actions, the choices that you make in life. You have to first find balance between your happiness and this internal conflict that you've got going on, that in order for you to truly be in this new world where your desires lie. So where do we start? Well, we have the root girl here. So I feel that there's a part of you that feels like you don't really truly deserve to be in the world where your desires live. And it could be that maybe you feel very disempowered. Maybe you have no self-esteem. Maybe you lack the confidence in yourself. Whatever it is deep within your psyche and your root here, Pile2, that you have to sort of shine a light on it. You have to recognize it and you have to love it. You have to nurture it. You have to examine it and give it what it needs. The root girl here is really about learning to dig deep within ourselves to truly recognize what it is that we need. And we need to be able to give that to ourselves. We have to be able to, see deeply within ourselves, and we need to accept ourselves the way that we are. I feel it's important to state here, I don't know why I want to say this, but I feel it's important to state, Pile2, that I feel a lot of times when we're wanting to sort of shift into this new world of where our desires lie, and we have that internal conflict within ourselves, we feel like we're not good enough the way that we are. And so that's the reason that sort of pushes us to want to change. You have to accept yourself the way you are. You have to love yourself the way that you are. And you have to recognize that any change that you make is not to change you because you're not good enough. It is because you're changing yourself because you're wanting to experience something more, because you know you deserve better. It's not because there's something wrong with you. It's because you know you deserve more. So the root girl is really, it's the part of you, the embodiment of a deeply flawed perception of any failures that you might have experienced. And it could come from guilt. It can come from shame. It can come from so many different places here, Pile2. But I feel this is the part of you that truly needs to be loved, that needs to be nurtured and cared for, that needs attention, needs to be explored, okay? So next we have the goddess Shakti with transformation. And I do feel that when you can truly embody, like when you can truly recognize the flaws and recognize this is the area of myself that I need to work on, this is when that transformation will truly take place. When you can recognize your own flaws and see them as beautiful and recognize that they are perfect just the way that they are, your transformation will take off in so many different ways. And I feel this is what's needing to change. Transformation is really about you sort of shifting into a different state of mind. It's about shifting into a different state of awareness here, Pile2. And I feel this is what's really needing to transpire for you. Next, oh, I love this. This is so right on. Next we have you are good enough. And I love this, Pile2, because I feel that what you are experiencing right now is making you feel like you're not strong enough, like you can't do it. Maybe you feel like you're not, sophisticated enough or confident enough. Whatever it is, you're feeling like you're just not good enough. And basically what your team is telling you, what your guides are telling you, you are good enough. You are beyond good enough. You have everything that you need deep within you. And it's really about you needing to listen to that, to trust that you have the support that you need to overcome any challenge or conflict that arises. You are good enough. Next, we have A new romantic cycle begins. So I love this, and it's representative of a new moon in Libra, okay? And it's about the balancing of the scales. And here's what I feel this truly represents for you, Pile 2. What this represents is that you're needing to love yourself in a way that you have never been loved before. And it could be that maybe you have individuals that haven't been very kind to you, haven't been fair to you. And maybe you've been really sabotaging yourself. You've been beating yourself up for the way that people have treated you, but not recognizing that there is nothing wrong with you. Those individuals in your life that have mistreated you, that have made you feel like you're not good enough, those individuals, what they show to you is really a mirror of how they feel about themselves. And this is about you recognizing that you deserve more than that. You deserve better than that. You deserve individuals who appreciate you, who cherish you, who accept you just the way that you are, because you know that you are good enough. You know that you are whole and complete, all on your own, and you don't need anyone to make you feel better than that. So I feel that this is a time right now where you're starting to recognize your worth. You're starting to recognize your value, Pile 2. And you're telling yourself, I'm done. I'm done with these old unsatisfying relationships and people and things that don't fulfill me anymore, because I want to experience something more. I want to experience something better. And this is when you enter into a new cycle, a brand new cycle that is more equal, that is more fair, that is more balanced, and that is just, right? Because this is just about you. So next we have Dare to Dream, Love This, and Get Wild. Okay, so I absolutely love this for you, Pile 2, because this is all about you exploring the depths of yourself, exploring deeply within yourself, and being willing to push the envelope just a little bit more, to be willing to tell yourself, you know what, I can have anything that I desire because I am the creator, and I can change my life completely into anything that I want to experience because I can create it. I can do it. And you can. You can, Pile 2. I absolutely love this. So let's start with the Dare to Dream. So Dare to Dream is an invitation to step wildly into your dreams, to visit them often, to ask them what they need from you. I want you to understand that no matter what your current circumstances are, and no matter how far away you might perceive your dreams to be, Spirit is telling you they are not that far away. And it's not as difficult as you think. So I feel that this Dare to Dream is wanting you to push the envelope. It's wanting you to dare yourself to be willing to push a little bit further, to dig a little bit deeper, right? To go beyond what you've currently been going, how currently you've been going. Because let's be real. Let's be very real here. You are about to embark on something. And I feel like once you become more acquainted with yourself here, Pile 2, I feel this is when you're going to start witnessing the miracles unfold. Now, Get Wild. This is about you connecting to your wild side, connecting to the rebel within you, right? It's about, so okay, I'm going to read you what it says from the book because I feel that it's going to be a little bit more insightful for you. To connect with our wild nature is to bring ourselves into a state of balance. Having been raised in a culture that favors order, control, discipline, and obligatory respect for authority, many of us get a feeling of danger when we start to veer off the given path. This card is asking you to spend some time with the primal intuitive aspect of yourself. What immediately comes to mind when you think of that part of you? If your wild self was a movement, what would it be? If it was a sound, what would the sound be? If it was a song, what is that song? Spend some time asking yourself what it means to you to get wild, and then make time and space for that. Pile 2, I absolutely love this. This is truly about you getting more connected with your deep intuitive self, being more connected to that aspect of yourself. Because again, remember, you are the creator. You are meant to trust in yourself, to trust your instincts, to literally trust the universe, that everything will create itself the way it is meant to. So let's dig a little bit deeper here, Pile 2, because this is beautiful. We have freedom, smoke and mirrors with uncored relationships. Okay, Pile 2. I love that these cards truly confirm everything that I've said, but this is you breaking out of this cage that I feel that you've sort of put yourself in, that many individuals have tried to put you in and have sort of kept you there. And I'm not going to lie, I really feel that it's the people that raised you that sort of made you become so unsure of yourself. They made you question your own authenticity. And it's the reason why you have felt so restricted for so long. But now that cycle is over. Now you're needing to break free from the cage, and you're needing to recognize who you are, and you're needing to see all of the lies and the deceit and the illusions that are not real in your life, and recognize that the only thing that matters to you is your truth and how you see yourself. Because I feel that these individuals were merely trying to hinder you from becoming this beautiful, magnificent being that you are. They were trying to prevent you from living a life more luxurious or ornate than them. And it could be that they were jealous of you. It could be that they saw your true potential. They saw your power, and they saw what you could potentially accomplish. And the only way that they could prevent that from happening was basically making you feel like crap, making you feel like you were not good enough, like you weren't worthy, that you were a nobody. Well, honey, I'm going to tell you right now, Pile 2, you are a somebody. You are someone who deserves all of the love, all of the care. You deserve everything and so much more. And I think it's time that you let go of these individuals. And I know that letting go family can be one of the most difficult things to do, but I promise you, Pile 2, when you can recognize that letting them go does not mean that you are cutting them out of your life completely. What you're doing is you're letting them go and recognizing that they no longer have any power or control over you in your life. And this is where you become the authority figure, like this emperor here, and you set boundaries because you are now the king of your own kingdom, and you get to set the rules and the regulations and the restrictions, and you get to make sure that people follow those rules, because those rules are set in place for you to protect you, because you deserve better. So Pile 2, this is your message on what is going on in your life. I want to thank you so much. And I want you to know, Pile 2, that whatever's going on in your life, know that you are loved, you are supported, you are being taken care of. The universe and your guides and your angels, they have your back. So thank you so much for joining me today, and I look forward to seeing you next time. with your new message. Bye, guys. Hi, PileThree. Welcome to your beautiful pick a card on what is going on in your life. You, PileThree, have been drawn to this beautiful petalite. So let's discuss a little bit about petalite and what its meaning is and what it can actually assist you with. So petalite is very similar to selenite. And at first, when I drew this card, I actually thought it was selenite until I looked at it and I was like, oh no, it's petalite. So petalite is basically represents you being the observer. So it helps you become more of a witness. Being an observer is truly about sort of detaching yourself from what is going on and allowing yourself to just see, to observe, to witness, to see things from a detached perspective where you're not really attached to it mentally, physically, or emotionally, but you're just witnessing it. You're witnessing what's going on in any situation or experience or relationship. And it's almost like seeing it from a higher point of view. I feel like a lot of times whenever we go through things that feel very challenging, PileThree, we often get very heated. We get very attached to what is, and we take it very personally, right? And I feel that the reason you might have been called to this pile is because you're needing to just take a step back, not choose sides, when it comes to maybe a relationship or a certain circumstance or a situation that is currently going on in your life. It's really about you just witnessing, sort of allowing yourself to detach from it emotionally and just see it for what it is and recognize and try to figure out what is the lesson here? What am I meant to learn from this experience or this situation or this relationship? Because this petalite is a 42 and it reduces to a 6. And 6 is all about relationships. It's about harmony. It's about happiness. And I feel that for you, PileThree, this is going to be very representative of relationships in your life. And I feel that this could be that maybe you're needing to be more aware. You're needing to observe the types of relationships you have in your life and really ask yourself, do I really want to be a part of this relationship? Is this relationship really what I'm looking for? Is what is this individual in my life really teaching me? What am I learning? What are they trying to reflect to me that I'm not being aware of, or that I'm not open to, or that I'm not seeing? Okay, so petalite is really about witnessing. It's about observing. It's about seeing, but not being attached to it in any way. So let's go ahead and dive right in, PileThree. I do really feel this is about relationships, but we will know more once we dig right in. So we are starting off with the Ace of Wands with the Knight of Swords. Okay. I feel that right off the bat, there is something that I feel here, PileThree, that you have sort of been running towards. There's something that I feel gave you a lot of excitement, something that made you feel very passionate, something that sort of made you just want to run towards it because it was so strong, it was so powerful. It could have been maybe a person came into your life that you felt was really about, I guess, came in with a lot of, I'm just feeling a lot of like passion, like a lot of excitement, like a need to like, yes, I need to run towards that so quickly. But here's the thing. I feel like you might have rushed a little too quickly without truly seeing it from a higher perspective, because I feel a lot of times swords are all about the mental, right? It's all about our thoughts. And I feel that in this perspective, you might have jumped a little too quickly without truly observing or witnessing what was transpiring. I feel that you allowed your emotions to kickstart everything and you just emotionally charged full steam ahead. Yep. So now we have the Five of Swords with the Page of Wands in reversed. And we end in Judgment. Okay. So this could definitely be about relationships, but I feel this is really talking about right now about the challenge here, PileThree, that you often have when it comes to things that you are really excited about and all of the imbalance that is going on in your mind, right? So again, Petalite is all about witnessing. It's about observing, being detached mentally, physically, and emotionally from anything. You're not overthinking it. You're not overanalyzing anything. And I feel that whatever is going on right now, you're feeling like it is so overwhelming right now that you're sort of feeling very confused about what the next step is or what you're supposed to do. The Five of Swords is in, and I'm not gonna lie, kind of what I'm picking up is that this could be about a relationship, and it could be about an individual who currently has two people in their life, and this person is trying to figure out what they want, but it's leaving you in a state of uncertainty because you're unsure about what it is that you're ultimately wanting to do. Because I feel you're excited about this new adventure and you're wanting to move towards this new adventure, but you're not seeing the lesson here. It's almost like you're trying to choose a side without being fully aware of what is happening. Okay. The Five of Swords really speaks about learning the lessons, understanding the lessons and learning the lessons no matter what, right? Because I feel like whenever we experience something, we often see when it comes to relationships, there's a winner and a loser. We always look at it that way. We look at it as, okay, well, someone's going to benefit from it and someone's going to not benefit from it. So in this case, you're wanting to win, which is why you're trying to rush towards it. But at the same time, it's not leaving you very balanced. And you have to understand that sometimes winning isn't always the best thing. It's not about winning all of the time. It's about recognizing that even though things might not have worked in your favor, or maybe they're not working out in your favor, and you're really taking it personally, you're not really seeing it for what it is. And this is the reason why you have been drawn to this deck, PileThree. So here's what's interesting is that the Petalite was a 6, right? It reduced to a 6, but you chose PileThree. Okay, so 6 is all about, harmonizing, and it's all about love and relationships. 3s are all about balancing the mind, the body, and the spirit. It's also about creation and creativity and abundance. And I feel that what is transpiring here for you, PileThree, is that you're not really allowing yourself to see things very clearly in what's going on in your life. I feel like you're sort of trying to choose sides, and it's almost like you're trying to choose the side that's going to win. And in this case, I feel like you're trying to make yourself win, but you're not being very fair in regards to everything that transpired in this situation. So let's dig a little bit deeper. Okay, so we have repairing the veil, forgiveness. Okay, this is definitely about a relationship. I feel, PileThree, that, you know, whatever transpired in this relationship, whatever grudge whatever anger or deceit that you have that you're holding on to, because I'm feeling this wholeheartedly in my chest. I feel like you're really holding on to this. You're holding on to this grudge very deeply. And this is the reason why you have judgment here at the end. You're needing to just let it go. You're needing to allow it to be what it is so that you can move on. Because it isn't about trying to, it's like you cannot change what has transpired here, pile 3. The 45 here is about starting over. And in order for you to start over, you have to let this go. You have to move on. You have to let it be what it was in order for you to change, to experience something different, to move on, right? We have closing the door and completion here. So again, I feel that if you, pile 3, are ultimately wanting a new relationship, you're wanting to experience something different. And if you've been experiencing the same types of relationships, this is why. Because you're not witnessing the relationships. You're not witnessing it from a perspective of being detached emotionally or mentally. You're still holding on to grudges emotionally. You're still trying to be the winner in this relationship instead of looking at it from, what did this teach me? What do I need to learn? What am I not seeing? What is it that I need to learn from this relationship? What did this person really teach me? What was the experience? How can I move forward? How can I let this go? So it's really about you needing to close the door on this relationship, because I feel that the more that you dwell on it, the more that you bring it up and you talk about it. And if you're really talking about it with your friends like every single day and you're mulling over every single thing in your head over and over and over and over again, you are so attached to it. And so you have to learn detachment. You have to learn how to let go in order to change whatever you are wanting to experience. Because ultimately, by continuing to hold on to it, you are ultimately going to experience that over and over and over and over. Because you're not getting it. You're not learning the lesson. And remember, the 5 of Swords at the heart of your reading, pile 3, is all about learning the lesson. It's about recognizing that no matter what transpires, there is still something there for you to learn from that experience and that situation. The goddess Skuld here represents the future, represents that we end up repeating cycles over and over and over again because we refuse to see what we need to see. We refuse to understand what we need to understand. And I feel, pile 3, that if you don't let this go, if you don't move on, you're going to end up repeating the same types of relationships that will look completely different, and you will never truly be 100% satisfied or happy or content with relationships until you're willing to completely close the door and see things and observe things for what they are. And observing them for what they are really means being detached emotionally, not choosing sides, not looking at it from, I'm right, they're wrong. Because there is no right and wrong. It just is. So this is what you're needing to observe. This is what you're needing to witness. Next, we have the full moon in Capricorn with the end of a tough cycle approaches. Okay, full moons are all about releasing. And I do feel that this is about you needing to fully release whatever situation transpired here so that you could fully let go and move on. Next, you have you and your loved ones are safe. So it's a new moon. So very interesting. You got both a full moon and a new moon. And again, a full moon is about releasing and a new moon is about starting over. It's about creating something new. And what's interesting is that, you know, a full moon in Capricorn is an earth sign, and a new moon in Cancer is a water sign. Now, what's interesting is that a full moon in Capricorn is really about hard work, right? So understand that when you are releasing this relationship or situation or whatever it is here, Pile 3, understand that there's going to be a lot of hard work involved in it. And there's going to be a lot of energy and effort that's going to have to go into it. You have to remember that this is about effort is required in releasing, right? And this is about you understanding that the more effort you put into letting this go, the easier it will become for you to move on, to move forward, to move ahead. Now, the new moon in Cancer here. So again, Cancer is probably the most emotional sign out there. And I want you to understand that when it comes to moon energy, moons always represent our emotions, right? So understand that when you have a new moon in Cancer, this is saying that, it's really going to be a very emotional time for you. And when you have a new moon, it's really about allowing new things to come into one's life. So really understand here, Pile 3, that you're really meant to just sort of let this go, whatever it is, allow it to be what it was so that you can be open to what is to come, right? So next we have the Pillar, love this, and the Explorer. Okay, I absolutely love this for you. The Pillar, let's talk about it, because I do feel that this is really about a relationship. And I feel that, whenever I see a pillar, for me, it always represents like a marriage, a union. It represents a relationship that is of value and is of importance. I also look at it as balance, right? Foundation. It's truly about, the foundations that we often create in our lives that are of value and are of importance here. Now, the pillar signifies a need to rise to the occasion. So I'm going to read you what it says in the book, because I feel it's going to give you so much more value. The pillar signifies a need to rise to the occasion. It indicates a time where we may need to be all things: the backbone, the nurturer, the provider, the lover. The pillar asks you to step into these roles as best as you can, knowing that you are being pushed outside of your comfort zone. You will learn just how capable you are. I feel this is very interesting for you here, Pile 3, because I feel that, whatever's been going on with this relationship, with this situation, I feel that you really haven't been the backbone. You haven't really been the nurturer or the supporter for yourself. And it could be that all of the relationships up until this point have sort of been the same. And that's probably the reason why you're not observing it, you're not seeing it clearly, is because you feel like you need someone else in your life to complete you or to help you become who you feel you need to become. It's almost like you feel you need someone else in order to be happy. And this is what you are needing to witness. This is what you are needing to experience. You're needing to understand that you don't need anybody else. You are complete and whole just by yourself. You have to be those people for yourself. You have to be the supporter. You have to be the backbone. You have to be the lover. You have to be the nurturer. So that way, you know, when someone else comes into your life, if they're bringing value into the relationship. Because if they're not, then that's when you can say, I'm sorry, I deserve more than this. If you're not going to offer me, you know, I can provide that for myself. If you're not providing me something else, something more, then I don't need you, right? And I think that when individuals in relationships like that can truly step up to the plate and can see clearly what is transpiring or what they need to learn and how they need to grow, there would be less and less codependent relationships in this world if people just did that. Next, we have the explorer. So the explorer calls you out of your routine, and it wants you to get into a rhythm of looking deeper within yourself and all that is around you. So it's really wanting you to explore. It's wanting you to reflect on yourself. Again, this is all about you needing to learn, to witness, to observe more about yourself, learn about your patterns, learn about your habits, learn about what kind of relationships you become codependent in that you ultimately need to walk away from or grow from. So PileThree, this is really about you needing to uncover the depths of your patterns, your habits, your behaviors when it comes to relationships or similar situations to what you're currently going through. So next we have talent. Then we have the land between and cosmic sapphire. Okay. So I feel this is about, you know, talent is really about you needing to be aware of how powerful and how talented you really are, of how much you actually have to offer the world and the people around you here, PileThree. The land between is a very interesting card. It is a 40, so it is about your foundation. The land between is that place between your past and your future. It's the present. It's where you are the most content. It's where you are the happiest. It's the place that is all you, full, that is loved, that is nurtured, that is supported, that is fully embodied and encased in the divinity, right? And I feel that the land between is really the connection. It is what connects you to your past and to your future. And you experience that in your everyday moments, in your present moment. And that is where you must begin this foundational work. You must be present with yourself. It's not about, you know, trying to figure out what went wrong in the past or trying to create something better for yourself in the future. Because I feel like a lot of times as individuals, we don't witness or observe anything in the present moment because we're too busy focusing on what happened in the past or too busy trying to create the future that we miss all of the major golden nuggets in our present moment. Then that we forget that how we build a more solid foundation, how we build ourselves is in the present moment. Now, the cosmic sapphire, this is really interesting because this is about you needing to act with honor and integrity. It's about speaking your truth. The cosmic sapphire is this beautiful blue, amazing sapphire light that can completely help you stand your ground. It's about you speaking up for yourself. It's about being honest with yourself, recognizing that, you know, you're not perfect and it's okay that you're not perfect. And it's about recognizing that, you know, you're still holding on to grudges or you're still trying to win at this relationship instead of trying to see things for what they are. I think that when you can clearly be honest with yourself about what it is that you really need and what it is that you are witnessing, you will make so much better choices. There will be nothing left to doubt. You'll have no questions. And I feel this is where you're needing to really explore this month for yourself here, PileThree. I really feel that ultimately you will overcome this, PileThree. For some of you, it'll take a little bit longer because I feel like a lot of you still really like being in that space of I'm right, they're wrong. And I feel like you're not ready to really rise above that and learn from that. While others of you, I feel like you're just tired. You're tired of the same old, and you're wanting something different. So you'll do what is required of you. You will sit in that observer position in your present moment and just witness. Witness every relationship, every experience, every situation, and see the bigger picture. You'll recognize right off the bat, wow, I didn't realize I was that codependent, or wow, I didn't realize I was that way, you know. And I feel that the more integrity that you can have about yourself and the more honesty you can have with yourself. And this means shadow work, guys. I'm not going to lie, PileThree. This means shadow work. This means that you really are going to need to really explore yourself, because this is really about you exploring the depths of yourself and becoming your own source of knowledge, wisdom, guidance, provider. So PileThree, this is your message this month. I want to thank you so much for joining me today, and I look forward to seeing you next time with your new message. Bye, guys. Hi, Pile4. Welcome to your beautiful pick a card on what is going on in your life. So you were drawn to this beautiful pyramid tiger's eye. So let's talk a little bit about tiger's eye. So tiger's eye is all about our positive willpower. It is about being optimistic. It's about having the power to manifest essence into form and being very clear on our purpose. I absolutely love this for you because I feel that ultimately the reason you were drawn to this is maybe you're needing a little bit more clarity on your life and where you are going. Maybe some of you are doubting that you're on the right path. Or maybe some of you just need a little bit of a push to keep moving forward, right? Maybe some of you are doubting that you're, exactly where you need to be. And I really feel that you have to understand that even though when we are going through life and we're going through experiences, it might seem like we're doing the same things over and over and over again. And it might feel like we're not really getting ahead, like we're not, ticking off, checking off boxes of things that we've accomplished or that we've achieved. But the reality is that things are happening. They're just happening behind the scene that you're not able to see on a daily basis. And maybe some of you just need this sense of encouragement. So let's dig a little bit more. So the tiger's eye is a 56, which is an 11. Okay. So, and it is a pyramid. So again, I feel like whenever we go through like an awakening or we go through an ascension process, there are a lot of things that happen behind the scenes that is usually that we're not privy to, that we're not aware of. And for some of us, when we're going through that sort of ascension process, we feel like we're unsuccessful. We feel like we're not moving at all. And that can be very frustrating for a lot of us. And for some of you, it almost makes you feel like you're just, it makes you feel like you're not where you need to be. And you start to doubt and you start to question, am I doing the right thing? Did I make the right choice? Okay, so let's go ahead and dig in, because I feel that you're going to get a lot of great insight here. Pile 4. So, okay. Yep. Right off the bat, you got the 8 of Swords. So a lot of you feel like you're not moving. A lot of you are doubting that you have made the right choice. And I feel that you're questioning every little thing that is transpiring. So with this 8 of Swords in reversed here, pile 4, and this 9 of Pentacles in reversed, yeah, I feel like a lot of you feel like your hands are tied. You feel like there's no movement going on whatsoever. You're having a lot of doubts about where you are, whether you're on the right path, if you're doing the right thing. And a lot of you, you know, when certain things sort of manifest for themselves, you sort of scoff at it. You're looking at it like, oh, that's not really what I wanted, right? But you're not looking at it as an opportunity to build upon, right? And again, it's because there are things happening behind the scenes that you're not aware of that make you feel this way. So I'm going to be very blunt here, pile 4, because I feel like you're my one pile that needs to hear it as bluntly as possible. The 6 of Swords showing up here right away tells me that you are being moved to a new phase, a new cycle. For some of you, an entirely new dimension, timeline, a whole paradigm shift, right? When this happens, we feel so off kilter. We feel like we are so disconnected, and we feel like there is no safety net. There is no comfortability. Our comfort zone is completely gone. And this is the reason why you feel like you feel like there's no movement. There's nothing, because again, it's happening behind the scenes and you're being led. You are being magically led by your team, your guides, your angels. And even though you're moving in the right direction, I'm going to tell you right now, you are exactly where you need to be. There is nothing wrong. There is nothing happening. You haven't done anything wrong. You are exactly where you need to be. You are experiencing exactly what you need to be experiencing. Because what this is doing is this is making you become aware of all of the disappointments, the dissatisfaction that you feel. It's bringing up all of that crap that has sort of kept you bound and restricted. All of the illusions are starting to rise to the surface, right? Because now you're being pushed against this current that's making you realize, okay, you haven't wanted to face all of this stuff. Now you got to face it. Now you have to understand that your willingness to push forward and to become, the emperor of your own kingdom. These are the things you have to do. You have to be willing to let go of all that baggage, all of that restriction, all of that disappointment, and all of that sadness in order to move forward. Right? So this is why you're feeling this way, pile 4, because you're needing to explore that. You're needing to witness that. You're needing to examine it and really ask yourself, is this worth me holding on to? What is it about this that makes me feel so attached to it? What is it about this that disappoints me? What is it about this that I need to let go of so that I could move forward? Right? Because you have the 3 of Cups, with the Wheel of Fortune here, pile 4. So what does this tell me? This tells me that you are literally moving towards better relationships that are of more value, more love, more equality. And you're now moving towards your fate and your destiny. But in order to get there, pile 4, you got to leave all this shit behind. You can't take it with you. So I want you to sort of understand, pile 4, that the uncomfortableness that you feel in your everyday life right now are things that you're needing to examine and explore, because you're needing to understand why it's there. You're needing to understand the root so that you could heal that let it go, detach from it so that you can move towards your fate and your destiny. So next we have crown games, right use of power. Okay, interesting. So again, I feel this is really about you taking ownership, recognizing that, our mind can sometimes play tricks on us, right? Again, that's the whole reason why the Eight of Swords here is really about facing those illusions. What are those illusions? What are the doubts? What are the tricks that are going on in your mind that keep you stuck where you are? And it's about recognizing that in order for you to move ahead, in order for you to see things clearly, you have to be willing to make hard choices. Okay. Now, this is about you being the leader, you recognizing that you are the king of your own kingdom. So the crown games is all about being accountable. It's about being responsible, recognizing that your thoughts play a very big part into the illusions that you are currently experiencing or the difficulty that you are having with it. And it's really about you recognizing that you have to take charge. You have to focus your attention on the places that it needs to be focused on, not on the what ifs. Okay. So next we have the crossing. This is initiation. Okay. I have seen this many times here, pile 4. So as I mentioned, you are my pile that is truly ascending. When you are going through an initiation, you're going to feel like you're moving at a snail's pace, and you're going to feel like nothing good is ever happening for you. And you're going to feel like nothing's moving fast enough. And that's because, again, all of the crap that has been holding you back, your beliefs, old patterns, all of this stuff that you thought you might have worked on is now rising to the surface, right? It's coming at a different level, at a different vibration, that you're needing to sort of walk that threshold so that you can fully let it go. Understand, it's about a completion. It's about a process that you go through, pile 4, that you ultimately have to walk that path to witness that, to observe it, to see it as you're going through the path and say, I can overcome this. I can move beyond this. Okay. Next, we have Goddess Danu with assurance. So yes, this is about you recognizing your own power. It's about recognizing how powerful you really are. Your team is there supporting you. They have never left your side, even though you might feel like you've been left out in the cold, and they are nowhere in sight. They are there. They are there. I assure you, they are giving you the assurance that they are there, guiding you, giving you the hints, giving you the synchronicities, giving you the little tips and tricks along the way that will make this path, this transition, this initiation so much lighter and easier for you. I feel like the reason why you're having this difficulty here, pile 4, is because you're resisting it. There's a lot of resistance that I'm feeling. It's like this tug and pull energy that I keep feeling, that you're like, why do I keep feeling this? And I'm going to point this out for you right now, because I want you to understand that this is a process. This is how it has to play out. You have to be questioned. You're going to experience all of the doubt, all of the fear, all of the anxiety, all of that stuff's going to come up, and you're going to have to face that and work through that and understand that it's a part of the process. It's a part of the cycle. You have to walk through that threshold and be willing to completely leave it all behind, to let it go, to make sure that you have no more attachments to that it's not necessary, you don't need it, so that you can walk through that threshold and then be in a brand new state of awareness that you're covered, you're good, that someone's got your back. Now, I'm going to point this out. You got an 8, a 54 here, that's a 9, and a 10. This is the process. This is how you move forward. This assurance here is really about you understanding that your higher self is there waiting for you at the other end of that threshold. And they're guiding you. They're giving you the tools. They're giving you the answers. So rest assured that you are moving forward. It might not feel like it right now, but you are. Next, you have surrender to the divine. I cannot say this any better here, Pile 4. You've got to surrender. You've got to let go. You've got to understand that they're there, right? Surrender to what is transpiring. Just let it unfold naturally. Next, we have faith in your dreams. Okay, so when you can surrender, and again, this is why I said that I felt like there was some resistance here. When you can surrender to what is and just allow it to unfold naturally, you're going to start to see the synchronicities. You're going to start to experience the wins and everything. And you're going to start to slowly but surely see, oh my gosh, things feel so much lighter. They feel so much easier, right? So you're entering this path with ease and grace. Just remind yourself of that every single day, Pile 4. I enter this path of initiation with ease and grace. I enter this path of initiation with ease and grace. And it's really about understanding that there is nothing that you will encounter on this path that you haven't encountered already before. Have faith and trust that you will overcome it. Next, we have the seeker and the sage. Okay, it doesn't get any better than this. Pile 4. You got two of the most powerful cards in this deck. This is the Threads of Fate Lumen Edition deck. You got two of the most powerful cards here, the Seeker and the Sage. Again, I'm going to say this, Pile 4. You are my one pile that is like skyrocketing to the next level. And you need to believe in your ability to be that person. Okay? You really need to believe in that. You need to believe that you have this capacity and this capability. So the seeker here, the seeker is all about movement. It's about, vitality and excitement, okay? So the seeker indicates a need for energy, movement, vitality, and excitement. The seeker is childlike at heart and has faith that at its core, the world is a beautiful place. As we grow older, it is easy to lose touch with our innocence and sense of wonder. We have responsibilities, stressful home and work environments, external pressures, physical sensitivities, and dis-ease. In the end, we get locked into a survival mentality and we don't know how to break free. The seeker's message is all about reclamation. It is not so much about ridding yourself of the stress, but remembering your essence. So I've said this to you throughout this entire message here, Pile 4, that this is really about you recognizing your power, understanding that your willpower is so strong, you can overcome anything. It will see you through anything. And I feel that this experience in and of itself will help you see deeper. It'll help you understand more. The sage here encourages you to see things from a higher perspective. Sage love teaches others, but knows when not to share their thoughts with others. They save their energy and their wisdom for those that can truly value and integrate it. We may feel passionate about what we're saying, but we must also allow for individual responsibility. So I feel that what is transpiring in your life right now, what you're currently going through here, Pile 4, is that you're needing to learn that you're needing to see yourself, see your value. You're needing to see yourself in your truth and in your divinity, and understand that as you go through as you go through this transition, this initiation, you're moving to a higher platform that a lot of individuals may not understand, Pile 4, but that's okay. Those individuals that are meant for it, they will seek you out. They will find you. And there will be no need for you to feel like you're missing out on anything, because you're not, okay? You are becoming the wise one. You are becoming the fellow teacher that will teach students further along the way. So next up, we have courage, a higher view, and ascension flames. I told you, Pile 4. So again, I want you to be courageous here, Pile 4. I want you to really recognize how strong, how powerful you really are. And I feel that right now is the time, as you're going through this initiation, that you recognize, Pile 4, that it takes a lot of strength, a lot of bravery, and a lot of courage to go down a path that very few have traveled on. You're going somewhere on this path in your life that many people will not understand. And a lot of people have not gone on this path. It's a path that is less traveled. Let me just say that. And it takes a lot of courage and a lot of bravery to be able to do that. And it also takes an ability for you to see things from a much higher perspective, to see beyond what is currently being shown to you. And as we go through this, understand that the higher that you go, the closer you become to that source of divinity. The closer you become to divine source, you end up merging with that true essence, your true divinity. And that's what this is all about. The only reason why you feel so disconnected is because it is unfamiliar to you. It isn't what is normal for you. So that's why you feel the disconnection. But you're not. You're getting closer and closer. And the more that you continue to be in that presence and to be in that energy and to be in that state of awareness, the more comfortable it will become and the more at home and at center you will feel. So Pile 4, this is your message. I want to thank you so much for joining me today, and I look forward to seeing you next time with your new message. Bye, guys.